Professor Pallas here with the weekly wrap-up for week 1 of NTD301 for the fall semester of 2021. Let's begin with our weekly class survey. Each week I share the results of the class survey so that you get a sense of where you stand in relation to your peers in this class. Even though you're in an asynchronous class, you do have peers out there taking the course with you at the exact same time. So this week we were asking why you're taking the course. And there were 3 choices: because you were interested in learning how to plan and maintain a more healthful diet for yourself or others. And if you chose that, you landed in the blue area of the survey, and there were 51.9% of the class who chose that goal. If you're more interested in learning how to make sense of nutrition information and how to differentiate quackery from science, then you are landing in a portion of the class with 29.6% of your peers. That's indicated in red on this graph. And if you are most interested in learning how to leverage the role nutrition plays in overall health and wellness, then you land with 18.5% of your peers, and that's indicated in orange on this graph. So there's clearly no right or wrong answer, and every single one of these reasons is a great reason to be taking this course. Some of you may have even struggled to pick just one reason, so I understand that. I wanted to point out also at this time that the homework assignments in this class are extremely practical in nature. I have taken time over the years from teaching this class to improve these assignments, to make some modifications to them so that they are practical. I want this to be an assignment that as you're completing, you're thinking to yourself, oh, this makes sense. I'm learning something here that is useful. Or you might even be saying to yourself, I'm going to keep this because I know that I'm going to do this with my clients in my future career. Some of you may even realize, I just had a discussion with a family member about this, and I'm going to use this with them to help them better understand nutrition. So all of the assignments are practical in nature. All of the assignments overlap each of these three goals to some extent, but some of them align a little more directly with some of the goals than others. So the credible nutrition information assignment, the book review, and popular diets, they really resonate well with differentiating quackery and science from sensationalism. The label reading assignment, the New American Plate assignment, the breakfast menu assignment, and the grocery shopping comparison, those are really powerful tools to help you learn how to plan and maintain a better diet. The vitamins and minerals assignment and the nutrition infographic assignment, those are great at helping you learn how to leverage nutrition for better health and wellness. So all of the assignments are fun, I think, and exciting. They're all extremely practical, and they do align with each of these 3 goals. So I hope that you really put some effort into the assignments and learn from them, and that you see the usefulness, how practical they will be for you in your personal life and for you in your future career if you choose to work in the world of nutrition, health, and wellness. So this week, week 1, we were learning about nutrition quackery. And this is when people basically are being given misinformation about nutrition and health and wellness. Typically, this happens when people are sharing opinions, when they're sharing information that's out of context, or when they are flat out sensationalizing something to get traction, to get following, to get followers. Today, in our world where we have a lot of social media, we see a lot of nutrition quackery. We see this in exciting tweets, in Instagram posts. We see it in the news. We see headlines. This is something where people are really focused on capturing your attention. Anytime somebody says that there's a miracle food that's going to cure a condition, sit down, take a break, take a breath. It's probably something that's been taken out of context, something that's being sensationalized, or something that's just flat out misinformation. So we're going to help you throughout this entire course learn to focus on identifying sound science from quackery. Okay? When information is taken out of context, something that is true, something that is scientifically supported and founded, is being taken out of context and used inappropriately. This happens a lot. Sometimes you'll hear people say fasting is natural and healthy for humans. And this is not completely a true statement. Humans do fast at night. Every night when they're sleeping, you're in a state of fasting. So there is some healthful reasons to fast. And there's a lot of great work, repair work and building work that your body is doing while you're sleeping. That's a great time for you to fast. But, that statement is taken out of context, particularly right now, by a lot of popular diets. So remember that you have agency. You are intelligent. You are thoughtful. You have the internet. You have the opportunity to do research and identify yourself whether the information that's being presented to you is from a credible source, and whether it is within context, and whether it is being presented to you in a way that is logical and makes sense and could be health promoting, or whether someone is just trying to sell you something, promote themselves, or promote their personal platform or agenda. So always remember this: you have agency. You're in control. You can do the research and make your own decisions. The first step is always to look at the author and confirm whether they are qualified to be talking about this topic or not. That's always your very first step. So what's next? We're in week 2. It's very important for you to read the textbook. The lectures that I share are short, they're topic focused, and they're meant to complement, to work in tandem with what you read in the textbook. You're not going to get all the information from just watching the lectures. You need to read the textbook. This week, you will be reading pages 3 through 15, so it's not a lot of reading this week. We're going to break in gentle here. I have Zoom office hours on Mondays from 3 to 4:30 p.m. Please drop in. There's a link and a passcode on the D2L homepage for our website. I would love to meet you there in person, answer any questions you have, help you prepare for quizzes when we have quizzes during weeks, and anything at all. So if you have any questions or any concerns, or if you want to discuss a homework assignment before you turn it in, that's a great time to stop by. If that day and time doesn't work for you, just send me an email and we can schedule time, or you can actually do it yourself from the D2L homepage using the bookings feature. It's in the far right-hand column on our D2L homepage for this course. This Sunday, you have your first assignment due. It is the credibility assignment, okay? You'll be turning in 3 separate files for this assignment. It sounds like a lot. It's not that much. It's actually pretty interesting. That is due Sunday by 11:59 p.m. in the D2L Dropbox. So I'd like to include a little tidbit, a little pro tip, or a little food hack, something at the end of these weekly wrap-up videos, kind of as a bonus for you. Thanks for sticking with me through the wrap-up. The first week, I always like to encourage students about and remind you about the importance of your mind. Change your mind. Okay, this is a great time. You're at the beginning of a semester. We have 15 weeks together for you to establish new patterns, new healthy habits, and new routines that can make you a better, stronger student, a better, stronger human, a more healthier consumer of food, of information. So this is a great time to change your mind. Okay, I like to show this little cartoon because the character on the left is saying, how can I use this and this and this? And the character on the right saying, how long is this chapter? If you're that person on the right, how long is this chapter? How long is this lecture? This is a great time to change your mind. Even if you're a senior and you're like, oh, I've made it this far with that kind of somewhat negative attitude, you can still change your mind. You can do it now. You would be amazed what can happen just when you change your mindset. And it's never, ever too late to change anything in your life, anything. I'm 53 years old and I'm working on my PhD. Why? Because I've realized that I really love teaching college level nutrition courses, and I would like to make this what I do full time for the last 15 to 20 years that I work. Because at 53, guess what? I'm still going to be working for another 15 or 20 years. So it's a good time for me to make a career change. So I put myself back in school and I'm working on my PhD. I'm 53 years old. I started doing yoga a few years ago. This past summer, I competed and I'm #1 in the United States right now for women in my age group. I never did yoga until I was in my late 40s. It's never too late, never ever too late to start any new habit, any dream that you have that you've put on a shelf. Dust it off, take a look at it. Now might be the time, or in a few months might be the time, but it's never too late. So remember the power of your mind. And if you find yourself in the right-hand column here wondering like, how long is this lecture? Change your mind. This is a great time to do it. And as promised, here is your food tip. So this is something that many people take for granted, cooking a hard-boiled egg. It's not always as easy as it looks. And if you mess it up, you have a bunch of half-cooked eggs that basically you're going to throw in the trash can. So I wanted to share this with you because when you hard-boil an egg, right now at Wegmans, you can buy a dozen AA large eggs for $1.69. That's 14 cents an egg. You can hard boil them yourself and have them as a quick grab and go breakfast item, as a topping for a salad to add some protein into a salad, as an easy snack that you can carry with you throughout the day. The cost of that egg is 14 cents. Sure, you can buy a hard-boiled egg. In fact, you can buy a pack of 2 of them at Wawa, but they're charging $1.49 for just 2 eggs. And it comes in that packaging that you have to throw in the trash can. You can boil the eggs yourself, and it's only 14 cents an egg, okay? Here's how you do it. All you need is eggs, water, salt, and a pan with a lid. You're gonna place the eggs in the pan and cover them with water. You wanna cover them so that there are 2 inches of water over the top of the egg, okay? Then you're gonna add salt, approximately half a teaspoon. You're gonna bring this whole thing up to a rolling boil. When it starts to boil, you will then turn the heat off, cover the pan with a lid, and let it sit for 12 minutes, okay? Set a timer. When those 12 minutes are up, you're going to quickly cool the eggs. You're going to strain the water out and run cold, ice cold water over those eggs to cool them down completely, okay? And then you're going to dry them off with a paper towel. I usually put them in a little bowl or in a plate with a paper towel at the bottom in the shells and refrigerate them. And now you have these hard-boiled eggs that will last for about a week, and you can take them out and have one in the morning for breakfast. You can carry one with you as a snack for midway through the day. You can chop one up to put as protein on top of a salad. You can make egg salad. There's a lot of things you can do with a hard-boiled egg, and it's only 14 cents an egg. If you're not sure about the nutrition value of an egg, a single egg, a AA egg, is 72 calories, 5 grams of fat, and 6 grams of protein. Eggs are an excellent source of protein, okay? So that's an easy way to hard-boil eggs at home yourself using no special equipment. It takes 12 minutes for them to sit. You have to bring the eggs up to a boil, so maybe 14 minutes. Pro tip, don't boil all 12 eggs. Think to yourself, how many eggs am I going to eat this week? And boil that many eggs. My husband and I usually boil 6 eggs a week. And between the 2 of us, I send him eggs for one for a snack almost every day with his lunch. And, then I eat 1 or 2 during the week. So only hard boil as many as you know you're going to eat during that week. Thank you so much for your time today.